Many years ago, I had a woman come into the clinic who, on the third day when she's introducing herself, said she had to quit for her health. She had no pulse in her legs, and the doctor said she was going to need surgery for it, and he wouldn't perform it until she'd quit smoking. Prior to this, she had throat polyps that had to be removed, and the doctor was warning her too that that was going to lead into cancer if she didn't quit smoking. And now she's in this clinic to quit. And, I asked her, oh, when did you find out about the polyps, or, how long have you had the vascular problems? And she said, oh, she's had this both for years. And I said, well, how come you're just quitting now? She's known about this for years. And she said, well, now it really hurts. It illustrates a very important point. Pain is a really wonderful motivator for some people to quit smoking, as opposed to just fear. When she was told she had the polyps, even though she had surgery and somehow that didn't, move her to action. When she was told she had the peripheral vascular issues, she's known about it for a long time, and she didn't quit during those times. And I'm sure she was afraid during those times. But what was different now was she was in pain, and it really hurt. Pain can make people realize they've got a real problem now. When you tell about something that might happen or consequences of things that you might already have, well, they're down the road, and maybe you'll escape it somehow, even though you've got the problem. But pain, again, it's here, it's now, and it hurts. Pain can be a motivator to get people to start a quit. On the opposite side of the coin, though, pain is what stops many people from attempting to quit. Because when people quit, not all people, but some people have physical withdrawal, and some of them have discomfort. They may call it pain, and they don't want to suffer that pain that withdrawal may bring on. I got to point out, the pain that you may get, and again, may get from withdrawal, is nothing compared to the pain that can happen if you don't quit smoking and you get any smoking-induced problem. The pain from withdrawal, it's short term. Get through 3 days. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in that time period. And, the major discomfort that can be experienced will start to subside. Will get better and better. The pain caused by smoking-induced problems, those aren't things, very few of them are things, get through 3 days and they'll get better. In the case of cancer, where you end up having to have surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation, all things that can cause a tremendous amount of discomfort. When you're dealing with the chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, it's just painful to breathe. And you could have that pain for the remainder of your life, struggling to get every breath you can take. The pain from strokes and the discomfort that goes on, from the limitations you may have for the rest of your life. People end up with amputations. People end up with just so many serious conditions that can cause tremendous suffering that can last forever for these individuals. Death being their only way out of some of the discomfort that smoking-induced illnesses can cause. Then you even have the minor problems, things like colds and flus. You get those more frequently if you're a smoker because you're interfering with the body's immune system, its ability to clear out the pathogens when they come in. And one thing, not only are you getting it more often, but, non-smokers, when they have a really sore throat, a painful cold or flu, you don't see non-smokers trying to figure out a way to get hot, dry, irritating smoke into their trachea, into their bronchus, throughout their throat and lungs that really hurts on top of this irritated sick tissue. They don't do this, but smokers do. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, they cut back on their smoking. But if they stop it altogether, well, then they go into withdrawal on top of a cold and flu, and they don't want to experience that. You suffer a lot more pain and discomfort from smoking than you ever will suffer from quitting. Quitting is investing to avoid having to deal with that kind of suffering down the road. To avoid or minimize your chance of getting these kinds of illnesses, these kind of conditions that cause a tremendous amount of pain and suffering, it really is a matter of quitting, hopefully while you're healthy. It's the best time to quit. And then to avoid having to develop any future problems caused by future smoking, what smoking could have done, it's a matter of sticking to a personal commitment to never take another puff.